We're not talking about social media, we're not talking about marketing, we're not talking about creativity. We are talking about a topic that I think needs to be spoken about a little bit more. But us as guys, we just...
Gritty teeth and grind. Yeah, it's all a big lie, really.
Yeah.
We're just humans. We just don't want to show weakness as men. It's all this facade, isn't it? We got it all under control all the time.
And I think conversations like this need to happen more often. Welcome to another episode. And today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Mr. Luke Dixon.
Hey.
Welcome to the pod.
Thanks.
So it's basically just us having a conversation. And I think conversations like this need to happen more often, personally, because we don't do it very often as men.
Going deep.
I don't think we do it because I've seen so many girls be open about their emotions, what their struggles, the things that, happen today in day-to-day life. But us as guys, we just...
Gritty teeth and grind. Yeah.
From your perspective, why do you think?
Front, innit?
Yeah.
It's all a big lie, really.
Yeah.
We're just humans.
I
think we just don't want to show weakness as men. It's all this facade, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's this social facade of we got it all under control all the time.
Do you? I was going to say, do you think social media has an impact on that?
I have come off social media.
Okay. Is there any reason for that? That's a good,
just
great
a drain
place to
of
start.
time. It's such a drain of time, wasted time that I should be spending with the kids, watching TV with the missus, being present with life.
Yeah.
And you can just doom scroll.
Oh yeah, for hours.
And you lose an hour, and you're like, "What have I done? Nothing. I should have worked out. I should have done 10 push-ups, and you done nothing. You just sat there, you and your missus on the sofa in your house, and you've not said a word to each other because you've been doom scrolling
all the time.
Stupid.
Do you feel like that also has an impact on, like you said, relationship when it comes to a family dynamic?
Yeah, I mean, social media is just a lens to perfection, isn't it? You're not going to put out something that you think's bad, something that your picture you look ugly in, or a picture of you drunk from Saturday night. You're going to put out you driving a sports car that you've borrowed off someone to look cool.
Or rent.
Well, it's just
Same thing.
It's all the rose-tinted effect, isn't it? And then you try and keep up with the Joneses. And we live where we live, and there's a lot of that. And there's a reality of like there's probably more important things
in life than flashy cars and
flashy cars and.
Obviously, cars were something that you were quite big into, isn't it? That completely kind of changed now. You've settled down
a bit.
Family. Let's talk about that.
I
Let's talk about
the car like last week. I just got it back from the garage. So it's always gonna be more dad wagon. Yeah, but it's still me.
It's still you. Oh my god. But yeah, let's go back to growing up in this area. Like you said, what was that like? What was growing up in this area like?
Normal for me. I was just born here, lived in our childhood home till uni. Mum and dad never moved. And then when we flew the nest, the kids flew the nest, they went, wow, we got this big house here, let's just move. So they moved. And then I moved in with them for a bit, bought a flat on my own, which was down the road from where I grew up. Yeah. And now I live back on the estate where I grew up. I've had the same.
You've gone in a triangle or something, isn't it?
I've had the same postcode my entire life. So I obviously like it. I think it's just that comfort. It's just home, But I think I don't have the rose tinted glass. I know what people are like around here.
Yeah.
There is affluent people. There's very wealthy people, and they're genuinely wealthy. But there's also a lot of show-offs.
Yes,
and
that doesn't have it.
The Instagram, let's just buy a Bentley, even though it's on like finance. And I'll put loads of pictures on Instagram. You're like, cool, do you? If that makes you happy, I don't have the time to worry. But it goes back to the point on social media of you put out what you think is perfection. Yeah. I don't think that's perfection. No. I have 2 kids and a girlfriend, and I'm happy with that. I don't need a Bentley. I'm happy to modify my car and get it back last week and be like...
That's your thing you do for yourself on the side.
We're all petrol heads, all my family. Like, my dad.
Yeah.
He's a massive petrol head. He's a lunatic with cars. And my brother's into cars. My cousin's a mechanic. Like my two other uncles ride bikes, like race motorbikes. It's just part of our blood, you know. It's what gives us joy.
What's one thing that your parents instilled in you from back then that kind of like stayed with you today?
My dad's work ethic has definitely come down the chain. Both me and my brother are like driven, career driven. Or I mean, I think that's taken a bit of a backseat now with other priorities of life. But my dad worked for his dad, who was like a self-made, successful businessman. He moved into the area from like growing up, I think, on a council estate in Moss Side. Like he really, you know, he had the Ferrari, and it wasn't on loan. Like he was a very wealthy bloke.
Yeah.
My dad worked for him since he was like 18. And my dad was the point where when we were 16, he was like, okay, so what are you doing? Yeah. And he went out and like, both me and my brother had jobs from like 16, 17 in retail.
Yeah.
Started early.
I think that's where most of us started around here, isn't it?
Yeah, but you get that first paycheck and it's your money. Yeah. And then you go, oh, I want
blow
to
it
buy
on everything.
A car or whatever you're into, pair of jeans, but it's yours. And there's that first like big purchase. I remember buying my first car and I was like, that's all my money.
Yeah.
And I can do it up and it's all my money.
I can do whatever I want with it.
It's such an achievement. It's like those little things. So that was definitely something from my dad. Always always welcomed friends in. Always wanted to know who we were hanging out with. Mum's approval on like girls you were dating. You had to like basically hard sell your mum.
If mum likes her, then it's all
this
good.
Girl and like maybe we should, you know. And there was some people that she didn't approve of, and they're not the ones
anywhere around anymore.
Now, so
we'll get into that as well, because obviously you are getting married soon.
Yeah.
Guess who's the photographer? Some random guy.
Just this guy I know.
Just random guy I know. But we will get into that soon. So going back to growing up then, what's one thing you would say to an 18-year-old Luke now that you've lived a life a little bit more, you've achieved a little bit more?
I think don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
Because when I was 18, I was like driven by work, and I got a proper job at 18. Yeah. I was at uni, I was working alongside it, and I was like, get the money, get the career, do all that. And now, later in life, kind of like, maybe you should have just enjoyed it a little bit more and like took a bit of the pressure off. Mm-hmm. You know, like I had my fun, but it was very calculated fun. It was like, okay, it's a Friday night, therefore I don't have to do anything tomorrow. Let's go out, have some fun. Whereas sometimes you get the offer on a Tuesday and I'm like, oh no, I can't because I've got work. Yeah. And you lose that opportunity. Yeah. So I think there's probably like that degree of just roll with it. Don't put too much pressure on it and just go with the flow a little bit more, which is still something I'm not very good at.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm still
It's a work in progress, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. You kind of like almost got to give yourself some leverage and some wiggle room to make mistakes, right? Because if we don't make mistakes, we don't learn.
Yeah.
So
it's that safety thing, though, isn't it? You don't want to make the mistakes and
And now that obviously we're parents, it's like there's more consequences.
Yes.
From our actions, especially like obviously we used to go out back in the day, going to the club and all of that stuff. Like, bro, I'm not joking. I can't tell you when last I've seen a club scene. I've been out for meals.
Yeah.
And
going to a nice bar in the afternoon.
Yeah.
In
but
summer
in terms of like what we were doing back then.
Yeah,
like that doesn't happen. Now, to be fair, nightclub, I'm sure I've seen someone said this recently, I think it might be Tiny Temper, that the nightclub scene is dying out.
Yeah. Well, younger people aren't really going out as much.
No one's going out. And when they do go out, they're going abroad or...
Bougie.
You know what I mean?
But
it's actually cheaper in some places.
Yeah.
You just book a cheap flight, and just go out.
For a
because
long weekend.
the average night out now costs about, what, 150, 200 quid?
Yeah. If you're talking like taxis, the cheeky takeaway at the end of the night.
So imagine just booking a flight and just doing one.
Yeah.
Like a flight, you can get a flight now to Spain for like, what, 30, 40 quid?
Yeah.
Return.
It's a big night out. It's a lot of pressure on that being a good night out.
Even if you go for a weekend, you spend £300-400
Yeah.
and a flight, that's like
get a bit of sun.
You get a bit of sun. And it's like being here in Manchester.
Yeah.
So anything's possible, man.
Yeah.
Anything.
Me and my missus were like, we should do a night out in Manchester. We should do a weekend in Manchester.
Yeah.
Even though we live so close, and like used to work in Manchester.
And just stay in Manchester for the night.
You never actually explore your home city. You never like explore, go, you know, when you go abroad and you're like dumped in a city and you're like, we got to go to this bit of quarter and then we're going to go to the old town. We're going to do all this. You just go to Manchester and you're like, well, I'm going to work. And then I just stay there and then I go get my lunch from this shop that I know. And there's like, I think there's a romance to like just going, being dropped in the city and being like, let's just explore.
Yeah. Just actually explore the city.
Something we've got on the agenda.
On the agenda. We're going to do it before or after the wedding?
Mate, we're doing everything after the wedding.
Everything.
Do nothing but the wedding until the wedding. No. It's
like
all pretty chill.
Zoned in on wedding planning.
No, we've got a lot of other stuff on. Like our oldest starts school. So we've got loads of like school meetings and all that jazz. The wedding stuff's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Or if it's not, it'll come together in the last week.
Yeah.
Like when we're off. And
the main
a lot of
parts
hands on deck for the last week, but got our meal tasting next week. It's a free meal. Well, it's not a free meal out. It's a very expensive meal out, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that'd be nice. Little date night.
Yeah. Make it a little date.
Yeah,
because obviously you don't get. That's the other thing. You don't get time alone as much anymore either.
No.
Like, you know, when you go from that dating phase,
Yeah.
to now becoming parents, and then now you're planning a wedding. Like that time to actually spend with each other, you don't get it
You
as
have
much.
to make the time, and you have to stick to it, and you have to, when you get the time, make it special.
Yeah.
Because it's so busy with like nappy changes every day and bath time and who's doing the bedtime and it's all of that.
Which we've both skipped out at today.
Yeah, we have. Yes.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah. Don't show anybody this episode.
No, we're joking. No, we haven't skipped out. We're responsible.
Balance.
We helped before we left. Before we left.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a completely different contrast from that dating, and it's something that I need to get better at. But I keep using it as an excuse, as in I've started another business with this podcast stuff, and I'm now again in another building phase. Obviously, the photography has been going for a while.
Yeah, and it's established.
And
it's allowed you the time.
It's stable. It's good. Now I'm
but now
starting
with
this.
that time, you're now doing something else.
So it's like now
just
trying
hungry,
to. But I was speaking to somebody else, and it seems to always be the conversation throughout the podcasts I've done so far. Balance, like finding that right balance when it comes to work and family. I don't know. Some people pretend that is what they do online. Again, going back to social media, that they've got the perfect balance, the way it works. I was like, come on.
No.
There's something in the background that you're not telling us.
Yeah.
You're getting help in some sort of way.
I think like you have a certain amount of plates and they're always spinning, right? So like when your kid goes to school, they're at school for like a period of time. Luckily, at the same time you're in work. So you're like, right, I can not be dad now. I can just be business. Do your job. Put that down. You have to put it down fully to then be present to be a dad for that couple of hours.
Yeah.
And then you do that, and then you put that dad plate down once the kids are in bed. And you're like, okay, let's just be partners.
Partners, yeah.
And keep that dream alive. And like, you have to not force it. You have to make the effort. Where you're like, let's just watch a show that we both like on TV and just have a cuddle. Great. You have to keep that because it'd be so easy. And the other thing that you miss from your list is like just having a bit of like you time, whether that's going to the gym, going to basketball, which is
what I started
doing the thing that just is like a little release where you're like, I kind of don't need to. I put all of it down because it's all under control. Just be present doing something else.
Yeah. That me time has been so helpful, especially like kicking it with the boys and just playing basketball. Bear in mind, these new group of guys that I do it with now, I don't know as well.
Yeah.
So I'm also getting to know a lot of them boys. So it's a bit of a learning process, but it's actually quite fun. Just going out there every Thursday.
New people.
1 hour a week.
When's that never been fun?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just meeting new people and just chatting and bantering, like all of that stuff. Because obviously
laughing at your silly mistake that you
we're at that age now where we're not taking it like serious. It's not like we're playing it competitively. So it's just a laugh and just to stay fit, isn't it, and stay healthy. So that really
your whole positioning changes when you like pick up a hobby when you're 18. You're like, when I like picked up martial arts, I was like, I'm gonna be in the UFC.
Yeah.
And now I'm like 31, and I've literally, based on injury, can't do it anymore. And I'm like, cool. And the doctor told me, and I was like, I'm pushing it.
Yeah.
Even at 31, I'm like, my body's just goosed
because you've taken so much hits.
It. Yeah. And I never listened to them when I first got injured.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot. But it's like those things. They're those mistakes that you learn.
Yeah, but things
but
that
you still
if
have
you
to
don't
then fight like that. Just because like my martial arts is now stopped. It's like, well, don't just stop doing anything. I'll just start doing yoga once a week. I'm like, that's
just
good.
to stay.
Just gives
mobility, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's humblingly tough.
Yeah, but obviously
hot. They always turn the heaters on. I'm like, man.
It's the health with you sweating and
yeah. No, it's good. It's a good challenge.
But that's good that you obviously found something else to occupy that time that would have been otherwise thing.
You know, you just like leave the house and you just leave it all and you can just go off just for an hour and you just get your little deflate back in.
When did you realize that your life is now your responsibility and you're not relying on necessarily your parents?
My brother got quite poorly.
Yeah.
When I was like early teen, like really, really poorly. Like mum and dad had to like really look after him, and he was not very good. And I think it was sort of that was made me like, okay, I was never like neglected by my parents by any means, but like it was sort of like, okay, shit happens. Stand on your own 2 feet, and like I was trying to help my parents by just being a bit more self-sustainable.
Yeah.
I think sort of then. I've never had like a conscious like wake up and be like, I'm a man now.
Like, I think most of us do, isn't it?
It's just like a gradual thing.
Yeah.
Definitely having kids that's a massive step change.
Yeah.
Like having no kids to having a kid. You're like, whoa. All those responsibilities, you're just like, I'm just nothing now. Yeah. That's the most important thing.
Oh yeah, your priorities change, isn't it?
Partner, and you see that everything changes. But I don't necessarily, I didn't have like some revelation of like, this happened and I was a man. Or like most people be like, I went to uni and I like lived on my own and I had to be self-sufficient. I was always like, not that
obviously
like I sort of was doing it all anyway. By the point I went off to uni, like I actually never wanted to go study or live away, like travel. I never had that desire. It was always just like work. How can I get into a job with a good salary? And found like my career, which is great. But it kind of just happened, and as soon as it started happening, I was like, I'm getting on this train and I'm clinging on. And I'm going. Like
becoming an adult and obviously having more responsibilities than you could ever imagine. Was it as expected, or do you think you just learned the job? Because I personally feel like there's a certain aspect of you winging it.
Yeah.
Because every single day poses a different challenge and different obstacle to overcome.
Yeah, it's absolute gamble. Roll the dice. I literally were at the point with like one of them terrible twos, and it's like roll of the dice every morning. Is he going to be happy or grumpy?
And like, you just run with it.
And you're just like, how are we going to bend? And I'm just like, I hope they don't come on like a Sunday where like I've got to have them on my own or something, you know? But no, it's 100% learn on the job. I don't think you can read a book about being a parent. I don't like what works for you doesn't work for me. What works for me doesn't work for you. Like, you know your kids.
Because you spend more time. Yeah, you spend more time with them.
I kind of don't want advice from other parents.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not that it's like insulting, but it's like, okay, great, your child sleeps, good for you. Mine doesn't.
Yeah.
Then they go, oh, have you tried a blackout blind? You're like, do you think we've not tried that? Like, he's 2 years old, he wakes up at 5 a.m. every day. Do you think we've not tried a blackout blind?
Been there, done that.
Do you know what I mean? Everything. They're like, we'll read this book. And you're like, a book's not going to save the day, is it? There's not some miraculous thing. I think it's all learnt on the job. I think the key thing is to, like, put your phone down, be present, enjoy the few hours you get.
Yeah.
Because, like, even now, I've got a 2 and a 3, nearly 4-year-old. They look so giant and they look so big and they're so grown up.
It's grown up
that
quickly.
I'm like, oh, I missed the baby. I missed them as babies.
Yeah.
It goes so fast.
Yeah. It's something I definitely need to improve on. I think when my little one was around that age, I probably was around a little bit more because I was actually working a main job, and photography was mainly a side hustle at that time. So it was a little bit more around, but it's the last kind of like, I want to say 3 to 4 years with going full time.
Yeah.
That I've had to make a bit more sacrifice for the career in order to get somewhere in life to provide.
It comes back to the balance thing.
Yeah.
Like, my kids are young, they're in nursery. I get that I can choose that time.
Yeah.
When they start big school, I can focus more. Like, I've put the career to the back for now. I'm like, well, I'm not going to sacrifice my kids ever for anything. They're at a point where I get that time. Like, I can pick them up from nursery every day.
Yeah.
I work a job that's so flexible, and I pick that job because it's like,
it gives you that
go
flexibility.
into the office, there's an office. Don't go into the office, work from home.
Yeah.
Finish it, start early, finish early, take a longer lunch. They're really flexible. It's amazing.
That's really good.
But it means I can be flexible with work while I've got the chance to prioritize being a dad.
Yeah.
And not missing out on these young years. It's tough, like, and that's the other thing. Like, we could sit here now, write a list of like pros and cons of being parents, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, the pluses are ginormous.
Yeah.
Like, the love that you feel for that child.
Oh yeah, just him coming up and said I love you and all of that stuff.
Like, when you walk in the door, if one of my kids runs at me, I'm like, my day is made.
Yeah.
No matter what has happened. Like, to the point when like you have a bad day, and like, I can't wait to just have a hug with like one of them, both of them. Like, they just make everything right. But the cons, the sleepless nights, the money, the not going out, like all of these factors
things that add up. Planning your life.
It kind of outweighs, like, the fact that, like, as soon as you leave them, you're like, oh my gosh, I hope they're okay all the time. And that never ever goes. Like, even when you're in work, you're like, I hope they're all right.
Your life is planned around them as well, isn't it?
But like, it's the best thing. I'm so glad that I did it like young-ish. Like, I think we're youngish parents.
Yes, yeah.
And we did 2 close together. We'd like to have another one. It's like, let's just truncate it now because we're still in that phase.
Yeah.
And I think like it pays dividends. Like, my parents are young, my partner's parents are young.
Yeah.
Like, they're so active. They pick the kids up, they throw them in the air, they go to the park with them. So I want to do that. It's like future planning, isn't it? You're like, I've got the possibility I might see a great grandchild, all being well.
Yeah.
When I'm like 80.
Yeah. Touch wood, by the grace of God, we will do. But it's good because your brother also, talking about family, your brother also have got 2 kids, and he's got 2
2 girls.
2 girls, you got 2 boys. Like, how's that dynamics? Like, that was wasn't planned. Of course.
It's funny. My brother is like uber sporty, loves like team sports,
cricket, all of that.
He's really good at it. He's annoyingly good at like anything. If you put a ball in front of him, you like, do this with that ball, he'll just be able to do it. Yeah. I am not gifted like that. I'm like, not at all. And he was always like, like jock.
Yeah.
He was always like jockey in school, and I was like, not like that. I actually kind of don't really like that type of banter and all that. I just think it's.
But it's a pretty
tragic.
Big thing in whatever, like the sports that he's in anyway, that he does, it's pretty common.
Super laddie.
Yeah.
Like, super laddie. And I was always like, when my brother told me he was having a baby, I was like, if it's a boy, my brother will be made up.
Yeah.
And then it was like a girl. And then he's had a second, and now it's a girl. And then we had 2 boys, and it's just like so funny.
Because that flips the dynamic then. Like,
Totally
do you think that's
it.
changed him, like, in terms of like softened him a little?
Yeah.
Like, literally softened him a little in terms of like.
I think, it's, it changes you. Like, it changes having a kid, but girl dad is different to boy dad. Like, but my brother, he's an awesome dad. But no, I think like the girls that will pay dividends later in life, because I feel like boys, me and my brother did, you become a man, you get to that age, you just go. Yeah. Girls always want to be around mum and dad, and like they try and like they like sort of like knit and gel the family together, even
after
when you're 50, 60 years old. Like, my girlfriend's super close with mum. Like, just girls are just close, and they force the time. Yeah. Whereas like I do obviously like call mum and dad and just like, how you doing? But like, not that it's an effort, it's just not like a thought. Whereas for girls, I feel like for girls,
they
it's
do
just
it
more
every
natural.
day.
Yeah, they're like, I need to speak to my mum. Why? Because I've not spoken to her today. And you're like, but why? Like, about what?
Yeah, I just spoke
And
about rant. My other
just
half's on the
catch up.
phone to her mum
Yeah.
probably 3-4
My mum
times
used
a
to do
day.
it, man, every day. Just go and
Yeah.
just call her mum, just be like, hey, mum, how you doing?
But we don't do that.
No.
Like, obviously, my dad isn't around anymore. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But even then, I didn't have a close relationship with my mum and dad growing up, because my mum and dad separated when I was pretty young. So me and my older brother spent a lot of time with my grandparents, with my grandma. So I grew up with my grandma.
Yeah.
So spent probably 15 years with her, and we saw mum and dad. I saw my mum because my mum cooked at one of the restaurants that she used to work at. So we used to have lunch there, and obviously she still take care of us and provided stuff for us to go to school.
I think that's when you reflect on your childhood now as a parent, you're like, oh, she was just hustling to try and provide.
Yeah.
But like, you see it.
I understand it now.
Yeah, it's that understanding.
Like, now that I'm older, I get it. I understand it, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now.
Exactly.
So she's put in a lot of sacrifice and a lot of work for us to actually live the life that we live now. Is it perfect? No. Is she perfect? No. But I'm grateful for everything she does. Like, still to this day, similar to you, I don't actually speak to my mum as regularly as I should, but I'll get random phone calls from her. She's like, because she wants to see us, I cooked today.
Yeah.
Are you coming over?
Yeah, it's the bribery.
Like, that's her kind of bribe to us all. My sisters live very close to her, so they see her very regularly, and again, a lot closer, because when she separated from my dad, she had 3 girls with somebody else, and those are the 3 that stayed with her now. So they're close. So they've always been close.
Yeah.
Versus me and my brother, who were kind of like there, but we were there at the weekends, and then maybe after school or whatever. Yeah. So the relationship isn't as tight knit.
And again,
but
like, you're doing that like boy thing where you're trying to figure out where you fit.
Yeah, but also how do I actually build? Obviously, coming over here, the last 20 years is building that relationship up, to where I can say anything to my mom. I can feel like she can say anything to me. And then, we can be as open and as transparent as possible. But I'm also grateful for the upbringing I had, because if it wasn't for my grandma, we probably wouldn't have been as robust, as strong as, I started cooking. I was 10, bro. I could cook at 10.
Yeah.
Like, we could cook our own food at 10.
What is it about grandparents?
It's just,
my mum's a great cook, but my nana's a great cook. And it was always like, my brother would go and watch like the cricket with my pops, and I would like go in the kitchen and just like stir a coffee. I'd be like, oh my God.
But they
class.
just taught you everything.
Just watching and learning.
Yeah.
Just osmosis.
I'm super grateful for what she did, man. What is the biggest joy, in your opinion, of being a father?
There's so many. Not like immediately, and I think this is different from like mums and dads, of like that love. I think for mums it's a lot more like instant, and obviously they've like laboured a baby, but there's that initial like, I imagine, and it's just hormones, it's oxytocin and all of that. Like, I get it. I think for guys it takes a bit longer, but like that love, when you look, you're like, that's half me. What the hell?
Do you think, obviously having boys as well, the boys are more drawn to mum, or you?
The youngest wants the mum way more than me.
Proper mummy's boy, like
proper mummy's boy. The older one.
Or do you think it's because of the age difference that?
I think because we had them close, it was when we had the second one, the oldest was still quite young, so it was like to give mum and baby rest. I took the older one. Yeah. It's like we had loads of lovely bonding, but I think then I was open with my partner about it. I was like, that bond, I don't have that same bond with the youngest because I never had the time. To the point I was like, right, you go to the shop and take the old one. I want the young one. I've got, and I kind of had to like force it, and like he's still even like tonight. If I was putting them down, which we're not because we're naughty little boys, was as soon as my partner left the room, he'd burst into tears. Mummy, mummy, mummy. Like, he's just a mummy's boy, and it's just the way he is.
But
like,
again,
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a mummy's boy.
No.
Balance, no, isn't it?
No, 100%.
But yeah, I still try and like force that.
Is it relationships that we potentially had with our parents or didn't have with our parents that can also, play a part. Like, obviously, I know for a fact my little boy is a mummy's boy because his mum's around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like a time.
I wasn't a mummy's boy or a daddy's boy because neither was around as how I am and my other half is for my little boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one thing that really like bothers me is this whole like men just go out and work. I hate that. Like, get your hands dirty, do the nappy, do the night shift. As tough as they are, they will deplete you. They will deplete you. They'll make you sad, and like, it's tough.
It drains.
It is tough.
Drains you.
But like, you can look back and you're like, no, it's so balanced. Like, our parenting is, we try and make it so equal. It's so balanced. Like, so the boys they'll come to either of us, I hate this whole like manosphere.
Oh, let's not go into that. That was a whole other conversation.
Just like men, I'll never change a nappy. Yeah. Like, why? This is your kid. What are you talking about? One of our family friends never changed the daughter's nappies, and I was like, so what happened if you like went out on your own with your kid? It's bizarre to me. I'm like,
wow.
What, they like do a nappy, and you're like, oh, who am I gonna call?
Oh, just put a kid in. Wow, that's crazy. Deep. What's been like the hardest part for you? I know for me, it's been understanding the little one's needs now that he's kind of like what's called a SEN register. I think it's called SEN register. So it's like SEN, and so which means he requires a little bit more. So it's a bit tougher to deal with something and understanding his emotions. And like the new thing we are currently dealing with is anxiety and stress. Why does a 9-year-old feel so anxious and stressed that he makes himself sick?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Like that's what we've been dealing with right now. And obviously I don't necessarily share this stuff online because I don't share my personal life that much online. Yeah, so that's something we've been trying to figure out, work out what is causing it. Because it just came out of the blue. We just went for a bit of a long drive down in Wales, in Tenby. It's a bit of a long drive. It's like 4 or 5 hours.
I remember speaking to you.
But it ended up being 7.
Yeah.
Just driving there.
Yeah.
Because we had to stop because he was sick so many times. Could have been the hype of going to because we knew about it like a week in advance. So we're still trying to figure out. But then when we come back, it didn't happen going to school.
Yeah.
It didn't happen just
great, normal, consistent.
Just great, normal and consistent. And just one day. And just, that's it. Everything just flipped out the window. So now we're having to learn a new thing.
Yeah.
Given we've already dealt with stuff like milk allergy because he's got milk allergy. So can't eat anything with dairy or soy in it.
Yeah.
So that was what we dealt with from baby. And we still do deal with that.
Yeah.
Then
but you like this one tick, you know what that is, and then it's like
and then something else just coming on, and obviously people don't necessarily see this. And again, this is why I'm very conscious about what I share on social media, in terms of like personal life, because some people would never understand it because they've not gone through it or going through like we are. So I try and talk to the people who we see on a daily basis, who I speak to, so they understand what we're dealing with. So when we do link up and when we do meet up, they know that if he's doing this thing,
it's understood.
It's you don't need to say anything to him.
Yeah,
just leave him be.
Yeah,
this is his way of doing stuff. Once he's not naughty, of course. If he's naughty, obviously I pull him up for it. But in some regards,
it's just who
he can't control. Yeah. Certain things that you do,
just like his character traits.
That is something that we've been obviously learning to deal with. And obviously, I want to speak up more about it. Again,
but you're
finding the right
trying to
way.
Understand it on your own. You probably need to go through the learning process to then be able to talk about it.
Yeah,
like you can talk about how you're feeling because that's you.
Because that's what we do.
But like, you have no solution. Yeah. You're just figuring it out.
Because we, as parents, we've been on. I've been on one together, and I think my other half has had like phone call meetings and stuff, but we had like a parental course thing to understand kids with SEN and how to regulate emotion and all of that stuff and get them to be more emotive to you. and he's a lot more sensitive now in terms of like crying and saying how he feels, whatever.
Yeah.
But he also has this like thing where he will say something about, say for instance, like my dad passing away.
Yeah.
Oh, I really miss Dad at the most, I want to say inconvenient, but it's
Yeah.
not inconvenient, at the most random times.
Yeah, you're like, where's that thought come from now? Because we're like,
We're not even remotely doing anything.
You're like you do something that you know there's fun, and then it's like just
Out of the blue,
nowhere.
just out of the blue, and you come and same way he will out of the blue come and says, "Daddy, I love you. You're the best. You're the best."
I think
and it's like,
that's kids though. They just say what's on their mind.
It's just such a weird
Yeah.
thing to comprehend sometimes. I'm like, I swear you were just crying like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And I swear you were like doing something completely different, or you were just jumping up and being active and whatever. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, Dad, I really miss Granddad. Oh, Dad, I really miss Nana or Nanny and whatever. And I'm like, the hell is this coming from?
Yeah.
Like out of the blue.
Yeah.
So dealing with that side of like being a
It's
parent.
a roller coaster, isn't it? Like even when they fall, they bang their head. It's like that reaction to like, okay,
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Like, yeah, as long as you've not done any serious harm, like, yeah, bump on the head or whatever. Like, but they're so easily distracted. It's like that swinging emotion could be like all the way sad, hurt, whatever, to like
all the way happy.
Watch your favorite show for 10 minutes. Oh, I'm the best. I'm like that. Or like we'll go to the park. You just get us over things.
Yeah,
you know,
it's so easily forget.
Like,
why can we not forget? Do stuff like as adults. Do you feel like we take on stuff or keep stuff in us for too long that doesn't make us happy or make us sad or do did something adults, like we all, it's almost like holding on to a grudge or something too long. We hold on to bad things far too long.
Oh yeah,
than we should.
Yeah, the forgetting is such a privilege, isn't it? Like you just forget and move on. I think it's the fact that adults are just like multifaceted. We're so busy with it's this, that, work, jobs, bills, what am I going to eat for dinner, like whatever it is.
And even when someone like if you've had a disagreement with somebody or you've had a falling out with somebody at work or whatever, it's like it can be so draining to just
deal with the fact of
you got going to work
dispute
every day and you have to, and it's like, you know what, like we either forgive and forget, or we just find a new job and move on somewhere else. Because there's no point in you being in an environment where you're walking around and it's just...
You don't need to walk around on eggshells.
You know what I mean?
Think, like, it's a communication thing, isn't it? Of even, like, with people, like your friends, your family, like, you fall out with people close to you.
Yeah.
Your partner. You know, it's like, just communicate. Just get it. Do it in the right way, in the right time, when you're both...
calm.
Decompressed. Like, if it's all heated up, that is not the time. Or, like... If one of you's, had a bad day, it's like when you force the time with your partner to sit or go on a date night, it's like, this happened, we're going to go out for a cup of coffee and we're going to sort this out. Don't think about it. We're just going to meet here and do it and we'll get it done.
Go like an action plan in place as well.
I think a lot of that grudge and resentment and all of that builds on your own when you just take it on your own. I think if you explore it, communicate it, it's off your chest. Get off your chest. Life's too short.
We talked about earlier about, taking that time to decompress once a week, do something for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel guilty? Or do you ever feel guilty? Or have you ever felt guilty doing that?
Yes. I felt guilty coming here. You get guilty. Of course you do. You co-parent, it's like if you want that, like, so you have 100 points in your day, right?
Yeah.
60% is work, 30% is kids, and you got like 10%. That's kind of how it is, especially like young parents. The way you're getting up early, you sort of going to bed early. Everything's earlier in the day. You're like, right, with that 10, I can do 5 partner, and I can do 5 for me, or I can do 10 partner. And I try and think about it by way of like equations or percentages of like, how am I chunking my day up, or optimizing your day to be, okay, I've got a lunch hour and I've not got any meetings or anything. I'm going to do my workout in that hour so that when the kids have gone down, just me.
Yeah.
And you get it's a case of like trying to be efficient, and like it doesn't happen every day because life's happening, it's busy, or like you plan to do it and there's a curveball. There's always curveballs, right?
Always got.
But like trying to optimize it, where you're like, right, I need to get like 3 workouts in a week. It's not too much pressure. That if you can't be bothered on Tuesday and you want to sit down and have a nice dinner that you've cooked, just do it. Yeah. Just do the workout on Friday. Don't like. I would say like with busyness, it's a case of being like, don't put too much pressure and too much structure on. Just be like, over this like week period, I kind of want to get that done, this done, and I've got this class here. If it doesn't happen, fine. So you kind of have to go with the flow. You kind of have to be flexible, but for sure feel guilty. And you feel guilty sometimes. God, I feel guilty like dropping the kids off at nursery, being like, oh, someone else is raising my kids.
Do you ever feel overwhelmed with having that responsibility?
Yeah, yeah, it's massive. Yeah. And this is what people don't speak about.
No,
guys don't speak about it because you look weak, you look soft.
Yeah,
and
I think it's more. I
don't think there's anything wrong with looking soft.
No,
at all.
Like, because we all cry, we all we all go through the same emotions.
Yeah. It's how you deal with it, and like you say, some people might sit and cry. Some people might go into themselves and not speak
for weeks, months.
But then they might go out on a Saturday and just get blackout drunk because, like, I'm guilty of that. Like, I lost one of my grandparents and didn't really deal with it when it happened, and had this like delayed grief to the point that like I had to drink to then speak to Yaz, who is my partner, who I love, about how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Why did you do
that? For that emotional release.
She knows it's bad. She knows I'm not doing well.
Yeah.
But why do I need to, do you know, it's like, it's those letting that guard down to be vulnerable, even with your partner. Madness.
It happens. I've been there. Like, you know, obviously I've lost my dad. And it kind of hit me straight away. Yeah. But again, once everything kind of died down and I truly kind of like assess how I feel, it's like I'm a lot more open now. A lot more open. Just like, look, I'm not feeling great today. Cool.
Yeah.
You know, which comes down to obviously being able to mentally put yourself in that position, because it's not something that happened overnight. It took a while, and I've spoke about this on previous episode as well, where I knew I personally struggle mentally to deal with the most basic stuff, but never spoke about it. It wasn't until like something big happened in my life that I knew I need to speak up or at least ask for help, because I was trying to do it all on my own, even with a partner, not knowing.
You need sometimes a professional.
So I had to get professional help. So talking about mental health, when you hear mental health from a male perspective, what's like the first thing you think of?
I think people put too much pressure on it, to be honest. I think that you'd say, oh, mental health, and everyone thinks it's negative, right? But like, you can also do so much to make it
positive,
better. Like, yeah, you're gonna have bad days. Like, yeah, life's tough.
Yeah,
it'll throw you around. But I think there's like a genuine power in like affirming things. Some days are bad. Some days are real bad.
It's okay.
But like, there might be one good thing, and it might be like it's a sunny day. But like, you kind of have to like search for those happy little moments. And if you can have a day full of happy moments, you're dreaming.
Oh yeah.
But like, it won't happen, whether it's like work pressure, something happens with the kids, you have an argument with someone, you're like, there's people worse off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But you don't always think about that in the moment,
no,
do you?
Don't. You don't. But I think every time, like, you know, it's like other podcasts or shows where like there's like this person, they're talking about mental health. It's always like quite bad, and it's about their like struggle with mental health. But I think there should be more power on like, there's a strategy to
overcoming it.
Yeah. And it's practiced. And I think like going back to your point about like getting stuff off your chest, that's a skill you have to practice. You have to practice communicating and being like, whether it's with a friend, your parents,
someone you feel comfortable with,
whoever it is, being like, just getting it off my chest. Like, genuinely, I think there's a power in like problem shared, problem halved. Get it off your chest. It just feels better. Talk. I love talking. You love talking.
Well, like now, obviously, but again,
and like,
is
yeah,
that
going
whole...
deep, it's tough. And
Yeah.
like, you've got whether it's like 7 different people, because you go like, they're my this. When I'm in this mood, they're my person.
Yeah, there's just like, it's almost like a sounding board, isn't it? Like, I think
sometimes people, you don't need the person that's like, oh, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Sometimes
you need them to listen.
Sometimes you just need to be like,
You just need them to listen, bro. Honestly,
just get it off. You need to get it off you. Plain.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you just need. I say that all the time now that I've had that and I've had therapy. The biggest takeaway for me from therapy was they listened. Rather than try and dictate how I live my life, they listened to me. And having someone genuinely sit there and listen to what you have to say about how actively listening is so different. You can almost feel that weight going off your shoulder as they're just shaking their head or just saying yes. Yeah. Like, yeah, you're good, you're fine, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay that that's happened. But how do we then deal with it? How do we make it not happen again? How do we control our emotions?
With therapy as well, there's such like, they're not miracle workers. I think with therapy, you talk so much that you kind of figure out your own fault. Or you do a session,
you solve the issues yourself,
and then you leave that session and your brain's ticking all night, and you're like, oh my God, that thing did happen, and that did make me think about, that does make me react in this way to that thing. And you kind of figure it out on your own.
You almost reaffirm what you already know, isn't it?
I'm not like putting therapists down. I think they're like amazing humans and like super patient, and like it's a skill to be a therapist. But I feel like you kind of know.
You know what what the answer is.
It's just so embedded.
But you almost need that, not necessarily gratification, it's like certification.
Just put a mirror up in front of you and be like, okay, and how do you do that? And has that always happened? And then, oh, what was the root of that? And you kind of like figure it out. Yeah. And you kind of feel like you've achieved something when you figure it out.
To now, like obviously, like whenever like there's issues, like my partner says something or whatever, I try and listen now, but sometimes she wants you to kind of like answer and give her feedbacks and whatever. But I'm like, no, I want to listen to what you're saying first before I even put anything, because I don't want to put words into your mouth or make you feel like you need to go off of what I say. I need you to kind of figure it out yourself. But I'm just gonna listen here because I've obviously had to do it. And that's how it helped me to the point now where I'm a lot more open in terms of like talking about how I feel. But it took therapy for me to get there. So I'm almost trained.
It's practice.
Trained myself now to know that, okay, right, today it's not going quite right. I've got XY amount of stuff on my table. Yeah. What should I prioritize first? And then when should I then say enough is enough for today? Let me just focus on me for the next hour or two. Don't do shit. Just relax. Just zone out. Yeah. Play a game, watch television.
It's that pressure.
Whatever.
It could be a male thing. I can only speak on me, but like there's this pressure of I've got to be all the time. I've got to be fully in. I've got to be the best partner. I've got to be the best dad. I've got to be the best colleague, the best manager, the best everything. No. You can't do all of those things in a day. You can't be that. You can't be every single mask in a day, even if it's a good day. Yeah, you can't. You just gotta allow. Just don't put the pressure on. Yeah, so much.
Do you think we put more pressure on ourselves than people put on us?
I think we, talking about us personally, we put too much pressure on ourselves because we're hard on ourselves. Yeah,
because obviously we're providers, aren't we?
We set our own expectations and they're high. Yeah, like exceedingly high. Sometimes it's okay to not be 100%. Yeah, it's just learning where you can get away with doing 60%. Like I say, like the analogy before, if you're a dad, you're having a bad day, they're doing your head in, put the TV on. Is that great? Absolutely not. You should probably be reading a book, but you're out. You are done.
Yeah, and that's the easiest solution.
Yourself. Like, you have to protect yourself. Or if you're just having a bad day and you're like, do you know what? That, like, I did it the other night. I had the kids. Mrs. was working all day. I had the kids on my own. I was like stress high.
Yeah.
They were both in bad moods. They're both doing my head in. Mrs. comes through the door and I'm like, "You're on. I'm going for a walk." And it was literally like 2 ships in the night.
Yeah, just crossing up.
And I was like, "You're on. I can't. I'm done." Went for a walk around the block.
Blow some steam off.
Just walked. No headphones. No nothing. Just me. Just going. Walk back in the house. It's like, all right, better now.
Yeah.
Just need the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, that's like a vulnerability to just be like,
nah, I can't.
Whatever it is, going playing basketball, going for a walk, just going, putting some headphones in and laying on your bed. If that's what it needs to happen.
I call it peace. I need peace.
Yeah.
I don't need problems. I need peace.
Peace never comes though.
I don't need problems. But again, finding the strength to do that as well. You know, I feel like as male, we do bottle up an awful lot before everything hits the fan. And when it hits the fan, it hits the fan. So that's why I was like keen to like just have this conversation, just talk about life and the things that we go through as men, first and foremost. Obviously, we've come from completely different backgrounds. So our upbringing is completely different, but there's so many similarities when it comes to parenting and just growing up anyway, that we sharing stories can potentially make us look at life differently. Not necessarily comparing lives to say that, oh, your life is better than mine or my life's better than yours. It's more of like sharing stories so that we can understand what each other is going through.
It doesn't have to be a solution.
No, so we can just understand what each other is going through, and then maybe we can, you know, offer some solitude to each other to say that, yo, you good, you got this, bro.
Yeah,
you got this. Like,
and
it's
also,
all good.
It's like, as much as like it's tough, and even if you're rubbish at communicating, if you think about like, if it was my friend, who, like, would I want them to reach out to me and just be like, I'm just having a bit of a bad day, can you just be in here? There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And I feel like in like this busy life of like your social life, especially when you become a parent, takes a back seat. There's still nothing wrong with just a bit of active communication with your friends. Hey dude, just checking in. How you doing? Oh, good. Yeah, you know, I'm struggling a bit with this. And like, it takes the certain friend, but they're your friends. If they were struggling, would you want them to come to you? You probably would. So like, rely on that. And I think like, be vulnerable with the people that like
you can trust. I think it's a trust thing, right? Which brings me nicely to this. You know, when you message somebody because you got a feeling that they're not doing quite right, and you say like, "Yo, how you doing?" You know, if you know them long enough, you'll know. And also, they also may put something out there, but not necessarily on socials, but the way they are, you can sense that there's a change in pattern. And then when you message them the words, or you ask them, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Those words always come back with, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, I've done it. I know for a fact I've done it where I've said, "Oh, I'm fine," and I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not.
Yeah.
And I've had it recently with one of my friends. And I said, I can notice something. And I said, "Are you all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I went, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's when kind of like figured out that
like
I am not.
Nod, you're right, mate. It's like a no.
Are you okay?
Are you good?
It's like, no, I'm not. All right, cool. Bam, give me 5 minutes. I'll be at your house.
Yeah.
I was at the house in 5 minutes. We had a chat, cleared the hair. I now understand what they're dealing with.
And then you can help. And you can check in.
I can check in and say, "Are you okay?" I can check in a bit more.
Because
that's what happened. That's what happened to me when I did the therapy thing. When I officially talked about my my struggles with my family, my aunties from America were checking in. Still today's date, they check in. If not once, twice, maybe they were doing it every day at some point. Are you okay? How you doing? How are you coping? You know what I mean? Because they were like, you never have to deal with these stuff on your own.
No, you don't.
Like you can talk to somebody that, you know, it don't necessarily need to be something that's necessarily financial or whatever. Sometimes it can be like you're in a financial border and you need some help, but you're like, I can't turn to anybody, so I'm just going to deal with it myself.
Yeah.
But even that, then they were like, if it's anything like that, we might not have the solution straight away, but at least speak to us.
Around.
You know what I mean? We'll find some sort of solution. We'd rather you speak up and talk about it than keep it in and then lead to something terrible.
And, it's just love,
and if you're not here, we can't do anything anyway.
It's just love, and like I think there's also like a resiliency to facing it, and like, you know, some people go through like horrid childhoods, but they're so resilient.
That makes like, kind of makes you strong,
yeah,
tougher, doesn't it? Toughens you up
for sure.
I definitely say that about obviously growing up in where I grew up and not having mum and dad around, but also having to fend for ourselves and do a lot of stuff from early. That obviously made us grow up quicker and grow and toughen us up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I think that also
there's
shielded
a good and a bad side, right?
Oh,
just like
yeah.
You lose out on those like moments. Those
of being vulnerable,
but then you grow so much younger. But you put all this pressure on you. Like
but also your life is just different for everybody. Or circumstances, wherever you live, blah blah blah. All of that stuff plays a part. And I'm one for the idea of, yes, having both parents around may be super beneficial, but also not having a parent around could also be beneficial to a child.
But you don't know
growing up, but you don't know until you're in that circumstance or in that situation
and, like,
yourself.
Also, not like to just shut down your point, but like you can't change it.
No, that's just how that's how your cards are dealt.
You
what
are
can
what
you do?
You are now, how you act now, and what you take back to your family. That's the lesson, right?
Yeah.
And whether it's been missed by your parents or not, how you are as a dad, that's up to you.
That's up to me, and
how
choice. I can shape the future.
Yeah, how you walk through that door after we're done here, and the dad you are, it's up to you.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with
that. Doesn't matter about your dad.
Yeah,
that's you.
Yeah,
and I think it's those choices where it's like, even if people have come from good backgrounds, like, you know, your parents could be millionaires. It doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have some cushy life.
You still be a miserable, unhappy child because struggles. You know you have everything.
Yeah, the bar might be set too high. You never reach it because your dad was a professional basketball player.
Yeah,
cool. You'll never be.
That pressure is different. Yeah. I think like, we definitely probably need to have that conversation with somebody who is perhaps in that position. Yeah. I think that's weird to have, because it would be great to hear their perspective on that, because obviously from the outside we get an idea that, oh, you've got a cushy life, but they're probably at home, you know, crying every night because obviously they have to pretend like they're happy all the time because they've got everything to the naked eye
through social media.
You know what I mean? Again, we're going back to the whole social media thing.
It's true though.
The
I
narrative.
Don't think no one's going to be happy every day forever.
I think the biggest thing for this generation is finding your unique perspective and sharing that.
Yeah.
But how do you find that?
Well, you can't, because you're trying to compare yourself to
everything else out there.
That's judged on
how many billions of things are uploaded on socials.
I think you've got to kind of spend time on your own. I think you've got to come off it. I think the whole like social media ban for people under 16 is a great idea. Yeah. Get out, go out and play, get on your bike. Imagine it's a motorbike. Just have an imagination. Run around with like sticks and pretend you're a knight with swords and playing rocks with your friend. Like that will make you grow. And I think that social media has replaced real conversation. Mm-hmm. How many people, probably not our age, well, you're obviously significantly older than I am.
Hey, don't call me an old man, without calling me an old man.
But like, I feel like it's such a skill that's lost. And my dad, going back to like my dad making us work, he was like, the best thing that you can do is learn to socialize.
Yeah,
conversation.
Oh man,
and like, my dad's a salesman, so like, my
brother,
and, like, they would chew your ear off for days. Yeah, and I'm pretty good at it, but like, there is such a skill in conversation, navigating conversation, changing tonality, being emotional, being funny.
You know when
it's a learned skill
Yeah.
through just doing.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. I don't want my kids to be on like Xboxes and PlayStations.
And
was
not
never.
being able to communicate
I was playing with
their
my
friends.
brother when we were young. And then when we got friends, we were playing out. And like we used to cruise around.
Winslow and that.
Yeah, like you do it.
I hang around, growing up, I actually hang around a lot more older, my brother's friends and other people who obviously helped in terms of shaping myself and talking to people. But like now, my job is primarily based on being able to actually network.
Yeah.
And
that's it. You call it networking because it's business talk. Networking, it's just talking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like I did a party at the weekend.
Not everyone's gonna like it. It's different for you. That's
a very good point.
And like you're great at that service, so it's different. And you don't have to get on with everybody. But like, also, what's a bit of harm in just trying to
just saying hi?
Yeah.
I do think that's a good point because not everyone likes you, and like I've been to events where the host might be the most amazing host, but then you'll have one guest.
Yeah.
Who's just like, why the hell is he here? Or just having a bad day, and they'll give you stick for their bad day. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. You're not in a good mood today, so I'll stay away from you.
Avoid.
I'll be staying away from you. I'm not pointing my camera anywhere close to your direction. That's all good. And then on the flip side, like I had a party this weekend. One of the best parties I've done. Small party. Yeah. But one of the best parties. Everyone was friendly. The family was an Irish family. They were teaching me about Gaelic football. Never, ever seen a Gaelic football match in my life. Now I can tell you all the rules and all of that stuff. It was such a... Yeah. But I was still working in between all of this, you know. I was still taking pictures.
Just the energy. And then that boosts you up. You're having a
and
time.
I left there after thinking, it was like, you know what? It was about an hour and a half drive to a maximum hour 45. But there, an hour 45 back. Yeah. But I left there thinking, you know what? Yeah.
That was a good gig.
That was a good gig.
Yeah.
Happy. Yeah. Happy with that. I said it straight away to the person who actually booked me the job. I was like, one of the best parties I've been to. Yeah. Like, and I've been able to photograph. I did my job. Yeah. I networked, made some new friends.
You've done your job anyway. It's like, how do you feel with that? Like, you came away from it like, that was great.
Yeah.
Happy days.
And it almost gave me that impetus to do a better job than I thought I could. You almost want to go above and beyond then.
But you probably did because you would have matched their energy. So like it's that cyclical up, right? It's like a cycle up.
Because when
you're happy, they're happy. You get feedback. You're then happier. They're then happier because you're over delivering. It's cyclical.
That brings me nicely into this. I don't know about how. It'd be great to hear your point of view, but I feel like if I'm around people who match my energy, bro, it's game over. It's like chalk and cheese. We're just rolling in it. It's just good vibes, good energy. Once if I surround myself with people like that, it's a lot easier for me to be less stressful, less worried about things going wrong. And if I do have something on my mind, it's a lot easier to speak about it because the people around you have got the same kind of like vibe and kind of energy. But it's not always like that way, is it? Like, it's hard to find people like that sometimes.
Ironically, most of the time it's not like that. Like with work, you just, whatever your intentions for work, but you're at work because you have to go to work, right?
I'm paid to do this job.
Yeah, you're paid to do a job. You're there. But if you can have a laugh along the way, massive bonus.
Oh, yeah.
Or like work with the right people. Again, it's a people thing.
Yeah. And I also said
the job will get done. The job will get done whether I'm happy or sad.
Because I'm being paid to do it, and I have to do it.
Yeah,
yeah. And I've always said, like, I feel like I do a better job when people bounce, when I can see people, genuinely happy, embracing. And I do get better photos. I swear by this. When people are more relaxed around me.
Yeah.
When they're feel like they're on the same wavelength as me. And I'm not just there to point a camera in their face and all this stuff. So that networking thing you talked about earlier, I pride myself on doing that, making sure I'm doing that. I will speak to the DJ. I will speak to the guys who were waiting. I will speak to the guys who were at the bar.
Yeah.
I would literally speak to everybody. I walk around the whole venue. I don't know how this happened or how it started. It just randomly happened. Like I was talking to the DJ at that event, and then I also spoke to the candy guy. and I also spoke to the chef, but I also knew the bar guys from previous event.
Yeah.
So, and then we had like this helter skelter thing. Spoke to those guys. I get to know what they do, how often they do it.
Yeah.
Got to know them
It also
a little.
doesn't allow. It's not that much effort.
No.
To just have a quick, hey, I'm this guy and you're
Yeah.
that guy, and what do you do?
Yeah, how long have you been doing this
Yeah,
and whatever? And then obviously,
and then you're like, cool, back to the job, and you do a bit more, and then it's.
And I crack on and got my photos and whatever. But I do feel like the
And you
people
might have
around
made
you,
someone's day. You put in a smile. I think there's nothing better than like just making a joke and being like, good times.
or even talking
Put
to
a
somebody.
smile on someone's face. It's a good thing.
Yeah, just talking to somebody. They might be going through something in their head.
Yeah.
And just that conversation with a total stranger, technically,
takes their mind off that thing
for that split second. It's so vital.
You can normally find a commonality.
Yeah.
On some degree, whether it's like family, a hobby, or this, like having that communal thing and good times. Right, I'm off. Great.
I find it very fascinating when I hear people say that. I get scared of talking or whatever when they do the job that I do or anything similar where you're customer facing.
Yeah.
And you know what? One of the ones that winds me up the most is, I'm not saying each person that works at a restaurant or does a customer's facing job should be all happy, hunky-dory and smiling, right? But if I walk into a restaurant, I sat down and I'm greeted with like, what do you want today?
Yeah. I'm
out.
Yeah.
Like, I know what this service is going to be like. And then you were expecting me to give you a tip for that attitude and that thing. So it winds me up when I see people do it at restaurant and you're like, she's having a bad day today or he's having a bad day today. He does not want to be here. Like, I didn't ask him to be here. No. I just came here for some food with my family.
I think, again, that's like a learned habit though. Like I've practiced, I have just a mask. I just have a business persona. I could be miserable all day, get on a call with a client, mask goes on, game face on, can hustle through it.
Yeah.
For an hour, 2 hours, half an hour, however I need to do it. And it's practice. Then like you have to find that character, build that character over the years. But like you have to be, again, you're paid to be there.
Yeah.
Do it well. And you never know. You might smash that call, and you might go, "My day's not that bad because I just killed that."
Yeah, and that might lead to something, a bonus. And in like a restaurant case, a bigger tip, because the person was like, you went above and beyond as a server. And like, this is what we used to do at Waitrose.
Like, you get bad days. You're gonna have bad days, and like I might not have slept, or I might have been up all night, whatever. Still got a job to do.
Yeah,
may as well like try and. Even if it's a forced smile, may as well try and grind through it with a smile.
People used to accuse me of being too happy at Waitrose sometimes because I was just like, singing and dancing and just going into work all happy. But I got shit. I'm just hitting the fan at home perhaps, and they don't know about. But I've come into work because I know if this particular customer or client comes in, especially at Waitrose, there was a point where a lot of the customers that we had were beginning to get older. And some of them, personally, I feel sometimes come to the supermarket just to have a chat with somebody because that's the first
to go out.
Human contact they've had the entire week.
Yeah.
And just having that 5-minute conversation with them could
make their week. That could be the only thing that they do.
So from doing that, being in that industry, I've taken that over into my photography stuff and what I do. And like when you go back to like stress as well, like I've had incidents where obviously someone's inquired about a job, and back in the day when you first start, you like try everything to make sure you get that job right. And I think to myself, it's like, should I even take that job because they're gonna be a nightmare? Because the reason why they wanted the cheapest, why they wanted it.
Be selective.
Now I'm like a little bit more selective, but I don't think of it as in I'm giving up money or I'm like, okay, my own sanity and for my own stress levels, I don't think this client is a client for me. No. So I'll send them to somebody else that can potentially do it. Yeah. But it took some time to get there. But even those clients, I'm still like very strategic with how I deal with them. Yeah. because I don't want them to feel like
they can never come to you again.
It come to me again.
Yeah.
But I just laid it out and said, look, I'm sorry. I don't think this job is for me.
Yeah.
Not because you can't afford me. I just don't think the job is for me.
Yeah.
And that's just me being brutally honest.
Yeah, yeah. And again, it's like you've got to protect yourself. If you've got the choice to protect yourself, do it.
And this comes down to feeling people's energy as well. When you first jump on a call with them and you're like, what do you want? I always say when people come to me now and they start with, my budget is this, my budget is that. I'm like,
why are we talking about that?
Why are we talking about budget when we
do
don't
want?
I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah.
How am I going to give you an idea of what a budget?
Sorry, just for this call, it's £400. Like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing? We could be in a call for 5 minutes. We can be in a call for 5 hours. What do you want? What can I do for you?
You're probably made up with our brief about our wedding. When you came around, we were like, we kind of don't really want that much.
No, just chill. You know what? It sometimes it's good, but obviously we know each other, so it's different. But I've had that with clients I've met for the first time. But again, even now, I only work with people I technically know most of the time. 80-90% of the time, I've worked with those clients or have done some job where that client was there or that person was there. So I'm blessed to live in the community we live in. That's helped my business. Like I cannot thank a lot of people around me.
Yeah, but it's also it's testament to you and your work ethic.
This is what people say, and I appreciate that. And I do take that on board.
True.
I do take that on board because I do feel like I see people come to me now and ask me, how do you do this? How do you make it look so easy? I'm like, and I asked me and Ollie had this conversation, especially about being on camera, because a lot of people are asking him about it. Like, how are you so confident on camera? Like with anything, repetition.
Yeah.
You got to do the damn thing.
Yeah, or if you don't really want to do it, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't ask the question about how you do it.
Yeah.
You do it by doing it.
Yeah.
So
you should go out there and do it.
It's that harsh reality, though, isn't it? You know, it's like the therapy thing. You know the answer.
But you just need...
You just won't action it.
Yeah.
So, like, action is better than...
Yeah, and if you action it, if you fail, at least you failed and you're further ahead than you were from not doing the damn thing.
We're not in a war. We're not going over a trench wall. Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if you need to say, like, you need to practice public speaking, like, I've got to deliver this speech, right? This groom speech I've not written.
Yeah.
And, like, I can speak all day. The thought of standing up in front of people, not ideal, but it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's family and friends. Even if it goes totally wrong and I spew
those
all
are the best ones.
It'll be a funny moment.
Those are the best ones.
And I think that it's little things. Say you've got a fear of public speaking. I don't have a fear of public speaking, but like there's a degree of like I'm not going to rock up as I've never read my speech out loud in front of a mirror or like recorded it and watched it back. Like practice.
Yeah.
If you want it to be good, practice.
Yeah.
A UFC fight doesn't go into a cage unpracticed and win.
Yeah.
Never does.
You didn't just wrap up.
Practice doing
techniques.
When we went out and you've got like your first camera and we went and took pictures of cars.
Basketball.
Practice.
Portraits.
It just truncates.
Yeah.
You just have to commit to it.
And even to this day, I learned something new on a job. The clients are different. I think I keep harping back to previous things I've said and done. I learn something different on each and every job about not just the people I'm around, but the environment, the location. Yeah. Everything is different. So you kind of like have to go in open-minded, knowing that the scenarios are going to be different, but the end goal is to create the best work possible. Yeah. All right. But I know I'm going to have to maybe jump over a few more hurdles. I might have to, have a few uncomfortable conversation with a few people that that probably don't want to talk to me. Yeah. But my end goal is to still capture the best images or video I can on that day. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you do?
I'm doing it anyway.
What do you do then? Yeah. Just got to do it.
Doing it because I said I would. I'm doing it.
Yeah. I just got to do it. You just got to do it.
People always say about like public speaking, they're always like, just say the first 2 words. You get them out. You're fine. Get the first sentence out. You roll.
Just keep rolling.
You gotta go and do something uncomfortable. Stand up, take 2 steps. Just go. Like momentum, isn't it?
Man, we could, again, like you said, we can talk for days. We can talk for days, but I do want to have this one parting question.
Go.
Which is, YouTube's going to be around longer than me and you going to be around, right? We're going to put this on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one thing you want your kids to take away from this conversation if they were listening or watching it in 20 years?
That's a good question.
That's why we do this.
God, they'll be so handsome.
Yeah. True.
Take my looks, baby. I think try and look at the positives. To go back to one of my points, I think that's important. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna have knockbacks, some big ones. You're gonna have some little ones. You're gonna have good days. You're gonna have bad days. Try and focus on some good, a little bit. You've got a lot. I've delivered a lot. If I'm talking to you as my kids, I've delivered a lot and put a lot into you, and like, do that. It's worth it.
Yeah.
I think that the conversation, again, it's like what I was saying, my dad always said to us, like, practice this conversational skill. Don't be scared to have conversations. Don't be scared to meet new people. Like, you will be.
Mm-hmm.
It's practice. You will be. But do it.
Yeah.
Do it in safe spaces, like whether it's a job where you just approach 10 people every day. Do it.
Yeah.
Stick to it. If you've written something, you stick to it, you practice it. And I think you don't have to be perfect.
No one is.
Start little. Say hi to 10 people the first time you do it. And say, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Gauge the room.
Just little steps, safe space. Like, it's funny, like, going back to the whole, like, maybe not mental health thing, but the whole, like, thought on, like, stress, anxiety is so primal. It's so, like, built into us as humans, this fight flight thing.
Yeah.
We live in such a safe society.
Yeah.
So safe. Nothing's gonna smack you in the face. If you go out of here and you speak to, like, you go to a bar, right? When you're single, you speak to a girl. She goes, "Oh, I'm not gonna go with you, you ugly." There's a hit. Whatever.
On to the next.
Do the next one. Do it soon. Try not to get in your head about it.
Yeah. On to the next one.
Like, just practice.
And the whole idea that there are people far worse off than you.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is, like, just appreciate the moment.
Yeah. Because we didn't. I didn't do that a lot.
No, and you don't, because you don't really think about it. I think you think about it more when you get older, whether it's when you have kids or not. I don't know. I think it's like a maturity thing.
Yeah.
Don't be too mature, or too young.
Yeah.
Like, have fun and play.
Enjoy life.
And enjoy life. But that doesn't need to stop because you're 30 or 40 or 50. Like, you can still do that. Still be a child and have fun. But don't try and be too... You're not going to have it figured out at 18, so don't try.